All right, so going over the milestones, a couple of these I can't replicate in the editor. This one might actually be fixed. If the joining player takes a buff spell, it actually says server failed or server false. So I'm not sure if you've actually already fixed this one. And then I can't replicate these two either. I'll kind of explain those in just a second. So as far as the bubble around the AI, as of right now, this was kind of my idea. So any players that are within this bubble will get XP. How it's set up right now is whoever just does the killing blow. So if you have like 3 or 4 people fighting a boss or any kind of AI, only whoever kills the AI would get the XP. So if there's a way to add in other players that are defeating that AI, if that makes sense. So I just don't know how that would need to be set up. My thought was just basically have the bubble. Whatever players are in the bubble, um, they'll get the XP for it. The size that I have around this AI right now is 1,000. I feel like that's decent. So even archers would have to be kind of close to the AI. I mean, you could always bump it up to like 1,500 at the most, um, kind of thing. I'm not sure. I don't know if there's a better way to do that. It was just kind of the idea. I'm actually going to delete that sphere, kind of thing. As far as the footsteps go, I'll have to go into play mode real quick. The UI, I'll go back to the main page, but I kind of, as far as the UI goes, I want the UI just on one widget instead of on three. Because as of right now, the characters are in one, the world's in one, and then basically like hosting the multiplayer stuff is all on the side. Uh, I do feel like this might be a little bit of work, and everything like that. Okay, so the footstep sounds. I kind of want like this player right here to only hear his footsteps, and then this player right here to only hear his footsteps. As of right now, when you play in multiplayer, both players can hear the footsteps, um, and everything like that. But the host can hear the footsteps of the joining player all the way up until the joining player disappears. So if this person just runs away, at a certain distance, he will like vanish from the host side, like eyesight. There we go. So then at that point, then the host can no longer hear the footsteps, um, which I feel like is just too loud because you could hear like that normal footstep sound all the way up, from that far away. So I'm not sure how that needs to be fixed. Um, the crafting and stuff like that, I tested that a while ago. So originally, when the joining player would go into a crafter, how it would set up or stop the player from moving. So it basically like stops the player from moving around. It would stop the host from moving around. So I don't know if you've already fixed that or if it just works differently in the editor versus having two different players, and everything like that. And then the spells, the buff spells. Originally, the joining player, if they had a buff spell on them, the stats would increase to the other player. Again, I'm not sure if you've already fixed this because now if I cast this spell right here, Oops, wrong button. U. Up in the left-hand corner, it says server false. Um, so like I have the buff and the other player doesn't. So I'm not sure. Um, yeah, so I'm not sure if you've already fixed that or not. Those two I'll have to test in another packed version of the game and everything like that. Going down to the quest replication, I'm not sure how this one actually needs to be set up. So simple quest. Oh, wrong screen. All right. So this quest right here, basically it's the starting quest. The players basically just have to go to this house here. Both players can do that one just fine. Now, quests for this guy right here, when I was testing it with my wife, if she completed it, I couldn't complete it. If I completed it, she couldn't complete like the next one kind of thing. But it would stay on our quest log. Same with this one right here. It kind of worked the same way, but it's not working right in the editor. So if I go back into play mode, this guy's closer. So I kind of want it set up to where if um, if I have the quest and somebody else has the same quest, it will complete for both of us if one player completes it, and then everybody gets the um, rewards. I don't know if that's the simplest way to do it, or set it up to where basically it just goes on the one player's side. It might be kind of hard considering that these quests spawn things. So like this quest right here, you're supposed to get 25 wood, which it's not working in multiplayer. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not sure which way to go about doing this quest system. So I've set them up to where when players complete these, the town like changes or things spawn in the town itself, but they don't spawn for multiple people. So if I accept this quest real quick, grab the wood, it actually completes it, and then the city gate here spawns. So when I tested it in the actual packed version of the game, I can complete the quest like I said, but then like my wife couldn't. I can see the mesh, but she can't see the mesh. And then that quest is still on her quest side of the thing. Um, so I don't know if forcing her to abandon it, man, it might be a total rework of the quest system. It might be too much. I don't know. I don't know how any of this would work, or the best way to set up a quest system for multiplayer, I guess, is like my issue. Um, to where like it works for both players. So like I can do it, the mesh spawns, and then my wife can do the same quest as well, and then the mesh spawns for her kind of thing. So then like the mesh is only spawning on, I guess, client side and not to the server side. I don't know. I feel like the quest system might be, I guess, discussed after you look into it. Um, as far as the maze goes, replication of the location set for everybody, and then also setting up, I guess, the widget itself for being replicated. So if two players walk up to this right here, both players can interact with it, and then they could both set up or select a maze to spawn. I guess I should go back into this. I probably should have made multiple videos. All right, so if two people walked up to this right here, both of them can do this right here. And then interact and then set a new like portal. So this part right here isn't like, I guess, replicated. So if one maze is already active, if somebody else comes up, it doesn't show this message right here. It just basically says that they can create a new one, kind of thing. So I guess this right here is what needs to be replicated. So if there's already one maze active, then if somebody else comes up, they would only get this message here, kind of thing. And then the location to where to go to, that's what needs to be, I guess, that's what needs to be replicated. So this one right here is completely done. These ones I still haven't set up because, I mean, it's basically just a fixed location until the replication of the location works, if that makes sense. So replicate the random maze location to all players, and then setting up the widget to be replicated. Fix the AI from showing up twice. So this only happens for the joining player. So on the joining player side, it will show the AI here, and then there'll be, can I copy and paste this? Nope. Okay, so there'll be one AI just standing here, and then there will be one moving around, and that happens for every AI that is on the level itself. And I'm not sure why. So the spawner that I'm using, I'm actually using it on the main world as well in two other locations, and it doesn't work like that. It just happens here. So I don't know if it's happening because um, they only spawn when you teleport to the location, or something else. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's causing the issue with it. I don't think I have a video of it. No, it's dying. Nope. All right, yeah. So I'll have to get a video of it. But basically, yeah, there'll be the like skeleton mesh that's sitting here, and then there'll be one that like moves around for this issue. The chests. So the chests for this boss here are for the bosses. So when you defeat this boss, a chest and a teleporter spawn here. It's not. That's not the one I. AI type, animals, maze bosses. Alright, so the random chest items, it's not replicated, which honestly, I don't know if that would be a bad thing, because then each player gets their own loot. We're going to scratch that for right now until I could do some better testing. Can I not? I'm going to cross that one out. Clearing the dungeon to reset. So this goes back to quit maze. This goes back to somebody pressing the button here and hitting reset. So it says that the dungeon's reset, but it actually doesn't reset. Oh, actually that just doesn't turn off. Okay. But I want it to remove all the players from the dungeon. So reset dungeon, it's supposed to clear all that. Yeah, the portal's supposed to be destroyed.